Good morning, my second graders. So, this week in your math, you're going to be doing some more subtraction with exchanges, but now you're going to be subtracting across zeros. Some of you worked on this in class with me, and some of you didn't quite get to this point yet. So, I thought you might like a little video reminder in case you need help. So, today our problem is 400 minus 5. And you see, I've got my golden beads ready. I've got 400 squares and, well, no tens or units because there are none there. But I need to subtract 5. How in the world am I going to subtract 5 units when there are no units? Well, let's see. I could go to the tens. That's what we do, right? We go to the tens and oh, I can't ask for help. There's no tens. Okay, I got this. I'm going to go to the hundreds. I'm sure that those hundreds would help my units so that I would be able to subtract 5 units, right? But if I exchange a 100 square with the bank, I would have to get 100 units. Oh, that sounds like quite a mess. No, how about we go one step at a time? So if our units need help and they can't get help next door, it's going to have to wait because first our tens need help. So let's just do one step at a time. So let's take this 100 square and we're going to exchange it with the bank for 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So is a 100 square the same as 10 tens? It sure is. So I'm going to exchange that over to the bank, and I'm going to put my tens here. Now let's check. Have we changed our number? I mean, it definitely looks different, but have we really changed it? Let's see. We have 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We still have 400, so we didn't change the number itself. Now, can the units get some help? They sure can. Let's take one of those 10 bars, and we're going to get 10 units. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we exchanged a 10 bar to the bank. Now we have enough units, but what would this look like on our paper? If you figured out already, yes, Mrs. Sutton forgot a step here. I apologize. So when we exchanged, we didn't have 400s anymore. We had 300s. And we didn't have 0 10 bars. We had 10 10 bars. Now we can exchange our units. So do we have 10 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, we don't have 10 now. Now we have 9. And how many units do we have? We have 10 units. So that 0 becomes a 10. So now can I subtract 5 units? I sure can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am left with 5 units. And 9, take away nothing at all. That would be 9. And 3, take away nothing at all. That would be 3. So my answer would be 395. Now, what if we tried a bigger number? Because, we'd like to be a little bit more challenging. So I have another problem for you. But I don't have any thousands cubes at home. I brought home units, tens, and hundreds, but I didn't bring home a 1,000 cube. So we're just going to have to do this one mental math. Can you help me with it? All right, we have 6,005 minus 7. So we can't take 7 away from 5, right? There's not enough. If we had 5 fingers, could you take 7 of them? Nope, doesn't work. So let's go next door here. So the 5 goes next door and says, hello, could you help me please? But the 10 say, well, I really can't help you. But if you hold on just a minute, let me go ask my neighbor. So the 1s waits. The 10s goes next to his neighbor, to the hundreds, and says, excuse me, could you help me out? But the 100 says, I'm sorry, I can't help you, but hold on a minute, I know who can. So the hundreds goes to the thousands house next door and says, hey, could you help me? The thousands says, why, sure. So that thousands becomes 5. And that 1,000 cube comes over here and becomes 10 hundredths. So now we have that. Now, can the units get help from the tens? Not yet, but can the tens get help from the hundreds? Absolutely. So the 10 says, now can you help me? Well, sure. That will become a 9, and the tens become a 10. Now can the tens help the units? Sure can. That 10 becomes a 9, and that 5 becomes, well, let's see, 10, 5, oh, that's 15. So now we have 15 take away 7. That would be 8. 9 take away nothing is 9. 9 take away nothing is 9. And 5 taking away nothing is 5. So our answer is 5,998. You are now a master of subtracting across zeros. Just always remember, only one step at a time. You can't skip all your neighbors. They get very irritated with you if you do that. One step at a time. You can do this, kiddos. Do your best.